Welcome to War Thunder with Subdued on the dev server, and I've had a chance now to play around with three of the new airplanes. One isn't going to be any great shaker. That would be the F-111F. Uh, Good solid plane. Not knowing the particulars, I would say it got gypped on the number of countermeasures, but I'm not a great F-111 aficionado. Um, Again, it's a bomber. It's meant to be a bomber, and you're not going to be able to change it out from being a bomber. Now, if it was the F-111B with the AUG-9 radar and the Phoenix missiles, that would be a different story. But this is not a fighter. The other acquisition is this beauty right here, the Su-24M. Okay, flight model needs a touch of work. It ain't bad, it ain't far, but it isn't quite there yet. Um, Now maybe I'm doing the bombs wrong, but I don't think so. But they're not exactly dead eyes. Non-moving targets, they have a tendency to miss. Now, again, that could be my operations. But in air realistic, this thing is going to get at most 4 R60Ms and bombs. So again, it's going to be a bomb truck. And yes, I broke down and went after a Chinese aircraft, the JF-11, because it's Pakistani. And I gotta say, it's a good looking plane. It looks like an FA-18 and an F-20 Tiger Shark had a illegitimate child. I don't know how else to put it. That's just what it looks like to me. And it's a good looking plane. The missiles work. The drop tanks work. And that's about all I can say about the flight model. The flight model has got a lot of work to go. It just it wobbles and wiggles and twitches and flops and twitches. It's a handling nightmare. And just so you can see, I've set the crew to maximum and the qualification is at expert. It is not quite up to ace level, but still. In the sky handling, this thing is a flying mess. Again, it flops and twitches and rolls and wiggles. It does everything but what it's supposed to. Yes, this is a dev server. Things will change. When this goes live, this plane will probably act very much different. Hopefully, if we get a second dev server, it will act very much different then. Other than that, as a squadron vehicle, that's about the only reason I would even consider getting it. Yes, this is a dev server, and yes, I did put golden eagles into it, but they don't count against my regular account. And honestly, with what you have to go through here, modifications wise, you got a lot. You got the PL5 EH or EN. I'm not sure what that is. You've got the SD10. However, if you go to your weapons presets, you get the SD10A, which is all aspect. I don't know what is going on. Maybe it just means you get more of them. And the same goes for the PL5. Well, actually, I don't know. Don't care at this point. It's a nice plane. It flies well, other than the fact that the flight model has got a lot of work to go. Um, Taking off and landing are very easy. Um, Other than that, that's about all I can say about it. Other than it's a good looking aircraft, and Pakistanis are probably able to use this to great extent. Now, don't know whether there's any customizables. No, just a standard, and that's about it. But doesn't look like a bad plane, and I actually may consider getting it. I did say may consider. Right now, 892 knots. Hang on just a second. Options. Measurement units. We'll do it in kilometers for you people. 1655. Now with the loadout it's currently got, which is 4 missiles and 3 drop tanks, you lose 51 kilometers an hour. Not bad. Flight altitude, just about 50,000 feet. I don't expect anyone to actually fly at that altitude. Rate of climb is pretty good, almost 50,000 feet a minute. And that is an initial climb rate. If you're cooking along at sea level at top speed and you yank back on the stick and go for altitude, that's what your climb rate will be. It will drop off. It does not maintain 549 all the way to altitude. Like I said, the takeoff and landings are pretty straightforward. It's got a wide enough track that it's easy to put down. Mach limit 1.8. And all in all, it's a beautiful plane. I look forward to seeing some of the skins that they developed for this plane. But other than that, the weapons work, the gun works, and the engine puts out. Let's take a look at the X-ray real quick. Kilmob RD-93. I believe that's the same one in the MiG-29. I could be wrong. The rest of the fuselage is made up of gas. You got a radar in the front. It's got trackless scan and pulse Doppler. It's got the whole 9 yards. No pilot, so I can't tell you what else is in there. But it does get a ground, air to ground for the gun. And I didn't pick up any air to ground weaponry, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure it'll get in CCRP, CCIP, all that good stuff. But if you're flying it in air realistic, you're probably going to be accoutramented for being a fighter. And hopefully they get the flight model fixed, and that flight model may prove to be a very interesting operation. That's about all I've got from the dev server. I know there's a lot more out there, and there are people that are doing a lot more. And I just don't plan on being one of them. I do appreciate your time of listening. This is Subdued signing out. Like and subscribe. Subdued.